Daily today on the Muskegon Channel. Today is our salute to NPR. I'm
Oh,
Andy
yeah.
O'Reilly. That's Dave Cackley.
That's a NPR salute. Jesus.
What'd you just do?
Uh, huh?
What'd you just do?
I said that was the NPR salute. I'm just trying to cause controversy.
Oh.
Uh,
Why would you do
Good
that?
Lord.
Why, we're not
I don't
controversial.
know. Cause everybody is all over the place.
Yeah?
I can't handle it. I'm done. I'm done with social media. I'm done with everybody's opinion on everything. I've had it. Okay. And it all stems, and it was sad. It's sad because it stems from obviously we had another school shooting, and that's
Yeah.
awful. It's horrible. It's horrific.
Yeah.
But man, it's like, and we've got this debate now that's all over the place. It's gone. We're to the point where it's okay. You got to take away everybody's guns, or you're evil for even thinking about owning a gun. To we got to start arming zygotes in the womb. It's insanity, and I can't deal with it. And a lot of it stems from social media, from Twitter, from
Yeah.
Facebook, which is destroying comedy. It's destroying journalism. It's destroying relationships. It's turning everybody online into narcissistic, self-righteous, self-entitled douchebags, and I can't handle it. I
Well,
can't. I don't care. And it's not how people are in real life. That's what drives me insane.
right.
It's the fake social media world. It's not like these are the way people behave on the street or how they behave when you're dealing with them in one-on-one conversations. It's That's not who people are. I think
Right.
social media is that could eventually be our downfall. It's not going to be guns. It's not going to be. It's not going to be any of this other stuff. It's going to be the social media fake world that, if it creeps into reality, is going to ultimately destroy everybody. It's insanity.
Personally, I this shooting this last week down in Texas down there,
Yeah.
I didn't see an overabundance of armchair quarterbacks on this one on my social media.
Okay.
I didn't see a ton of people screaming and hollering. It wasn't like the last one. It's awful. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But I equate it to this. I equate these things happening in repeated form to people getting to the point where they don't think there's an answer. They don't think there's help.
Right.
They don't think there's a place that they can turn. They don't think that there is anybody listening to them. They don't think that there is any reason to go on. So they turn to this heinous act, which they know they're going to get attention for, which they know is going to make a statement, which they know they're going to get the platform. Okay, so they commit these terrible crimes. They're the news. They're the focal point, and they go down in a blaze of glory. That's their rationale at that point. When these terrible, awful things happen, they're like, you know what? Doesn't matter. I don't have a chance any which way but loose. I can't advance. I can't. I got nowhere to turn. Why not? Why not make a statement? Why not get out in a blaze of glory? And why not, put an exclamation point on this, and we'll see what happens. Then
It's
these
interesting.
things happen.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of people taking better care of each other. You know what I mean? It's the bullying, and I'll tell you what, the social media stuff, it's a direct descendant of bullying. Okay, people can hide behind their computer screen, they can hide behind their fake name or whatever they're going by, and they can spout off, they can feel powerful, they can do all this kind of thing, and all that stuff. It's just an extension of bullying for a lot of people, and this is the result. And I made a post after the school shooting on Friday, and I said, well, you know what? We really need to take a little bit better care of each other, and I meant that. And somebody jumped in, of course, and they're like, oh, great. So you're saying our answers are being more touchy-feely and hugging each other and stuff like that? Well, no, I'm not. I mean, it couldn't hurt. It couldn't hurt to take a little bit better care of each other. It couldn't hurt to be a better tender of your neighbors and your fellow man and things like that. But the reality of it is that this idea of push your way to the front, and the idea of how powerful can I be and how loud can I be and how effective can I make my words with jaded comments and things like that. But dude, it's getting us nowhere. It really is.
Absolutely.
And it's just ridiculous. And then bring that down to the high school level. Okay,
Mhm.
your mind is still forming. You're trying to
Right.
formulate opinions of things, and you've got all this stir going on around you and all that kind of stuff. I don't know about you, but when I was in high school, I didn't know. I was
Well,
lost. I was like any other
your
teenager. When you got
your
all this
frontal
noise going on around you, yeah, you're gonna snap. It's gonna happen.
your frontal lobe's not fully developed until you're 25 years old.
Right.
So I mean that these kids, that's where they are, and there's this lack of they don't care about life. They feel life is meaningless in general, so they're just going to take a bunch of people out. Like
Yep.
it doesn't matter anyway. So I'm just gonna, and why not make a name for myself while I do it?
Right.
And that's the mentality.
And
And
then
I
you
know
pump them full
there are
of
some
Adderall and
politicians.
whatever the hell else they're on,
Yeah.
and
Then there are some
terrible.
politicians who just go overboard on one side. Well, it's the violent video games, it's this. Some will blame guns, some will blame violent video games, and
And
it's
let me give you a little
it just
history
misses the
lesson
mark.
too. Okay, when it comes to politicians blaming everything,
Mm.
at one point politicians were blaming Kiss for everything that was wrong.
Yeah,
At one point, they were blaming the Beatles for everything that's wrong. At one point, they were
Twisted
blaming Elvis
Sister.
for tipping the you know. Go to people that have a clue, okay?
do you remember? Wasn't Twisted Sister in the U.S. Senate arguing with Tipper Gore?
Yeah, D.
I
Snyder.
believe it was D. Snyder and
PMRC.
Tipper Gore.
Yeah,
Uh,
parental
That
music,
yeah.
parental music ratings associate or something,
Yeah.
and a PMRC was the thing, and it was
Right.
over Twisted Sister. Frank
Yeah,
Zappa
so-
was in on it.
Yeah,
D. Snyder spoke. Who
in
else?
full makeup too.
Huh? Right.
That's what I love. Snyder spoke in full makeup.
Right.
It's hysterical.
He's a great guy.
Jesus.
When I was on the station here in Muskegon and we ran that House of Hair show,
Hmm.
I had his cell phone number. He's like, dude, if there's ever anything you need, you call my cell phone, and that's how it works. I'm like, "Gee, wow, thanks.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Oh man.
Anyway.
What else is?
So why don't we get some news going here, and
All right.
enough of us trying to figure out the world's problems on a Monday.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Michigan could have the country's strictest drinking water rules for lead. Governor Snyder's latest plan would eventually result in the replacement of all 500,000 lead service pipes in the state. The approximate cost is $2.5 billion. Now that's going to be spread out
Yeah.
over 2 decades. It's expected to come largely from water customers. I don't think you're going to see a huge uptick in your water bill. It's probably a good idea while the economy is going well, and it is going well in the state, that you take care of these problems now before they become major issues for
Right.
everybody. Obviously, it was an issue in Flint, even though they've got the levels down, and it's not they're not at dangerous levels anymore. It's probably a good idea to replace these now, because you're eventually gonna have to replace them anyway. So take care of it now while we have the money to do it, and not waste time.
You got to keep in mind, you just said a
later.
couple of decades, and money,
Yeah.
money comes and goes over a 20-year period.
Right, yeah,
so-
but when you spread out the pain, you
Right.
don't have to pay as much. It's one of those things where you're not going to really notice it in your water bill. If your water bill goes from $20 a month to $24, I mean, do you notice an extra $3-4 a
Right.
month? You really don't.
Right.
I don't, and I'm poor. So I mean, if poor people aren't going to notice it, those of you,
You live in a
with
house
your
with a well,
with
so
your
it doesn't
with
really
your
matter.
those of you with your summer cottages in Muskegon, it's not going to bother you either.
You're poor, but you live in your mom's basement and you have a
Okay,
well, so
whatever.
you don't notice much,
Yeah.
do you?
Ha 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 ha. Social
So
worker.
try to
in
rub it
Sa-
into our face that we got a little cottage that we paid
Hey,
next to
I'm
nothing
not
for.
rubbing it in. Hey, I want to aspire to be Andy O'Reilly.
Of
at some
course you
point.
do,
I want to
yeah.
have. I want to be rolling around in.
Trust you. Yeah,
literally
you want to be rolling around in
tens
the
of
$9 I
dollars.
have left every month. You bet.
Hey, I'm just like.
What a life.
Hey, like I said, this is just me being envious of the
Okay.
other half.
Yeah, you
Of
bet.
the other half, and his T-shirt, waking up at the ass crack of 7:45
I got a
a.m.
T-shirt on. I got a button. See, there's buttons.
Wow! Look, there are 2 buttons on that one.
3.
3. Wow!
Paid
Look
extra
at
for-
you.
Wait, 1.
Somebody's
2,
moving up.
3. Yeah, 3 buttons.
Address it. There you go. Anyway, a social worker in Saginaw suing her former employer after she was fired for refusing to provide marriage counseling to a gay couple. The woman says it conflicted with her Catholic faith. Kathleen Lorenzen claims she was discriminated against, mocked, and physically intimidated by her male supervisors at Health Source Saginaw. She asked her supervisor to refer to the couple to another therapist. Now, this is an interesting freedom of religion, freedom of speech issue. It's got everything. I mean, you've got potential sexism, bullying, some would say homophobia, and freedom of religion all rolled into one story. So
Wow.
I think, you probably don't want this woman. If you're the gay couple, you probably want another person counseling you. I mean, you and I were raised Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still of the Christian faith, so I wouldn't have a problem counseling a gay couple, but others may feel differently. Others may feel it goes against what they believe or what they were taught or what they interpret the Bible as saying, and I understand that aspect as well. So I think the company here could have just been smart and said, okay, we're gonna just assign another therapist. I don't know if she was a good therapist or not, but
Right.
it's one of those situations. It's an interesting case just from a legal perspective because I don't know what trumps what.
Right.
So anyway, Muskegon County seeing an uptick in tourism in 2016. 1.67 million people visited the county, generating $347 million. That led to over $1 million in tax funds. That was up from around 700,000 in 2016. 2017 numbers are not yet in, but that number is expected to be higher this coming Memorial Day weekend. Of course, the unofficial kickoff of summer and the tourist season. So things looking up in Muskegon.
Look at that.
Things, like I said, looking up in the state. So seriously, unless you're on the east side in the the Detroit Flint area, things are probably going pretty well for you right now.
Things are all right over there too. We were over there not too long ago. I mean, Detroit's got a lot of work to do still, but overall, I mean, they're in the right direction. It's not
all
bad.
right. Your lips to God's ears, man.
Okay.
Tigers lose to Seattle 3-2 in 11 innings. Cubs win. They beat Cincinnati 6-1. That's sports.
Have yourself a great Monday, and we will see you tomorrow.